Some psychology facts feel less like trivia and more like cheat codes. Once you know them, you can't unsee them. They explain why people trust you, like you, or fall for you. Most people never learn them. You're about to learn 10. Number 8 changes how every first date works. And the last one explains why you'll watch this to the end. Let's start before your brain talks you out of it. Fact 1. People decide if they trust you in a tenth of a second. Princeton psychologists flashed strangers' faces for just 100 milliseconds. That's faster than a blink, too fast to think. People still judged trust, competence, and likability. Then they let others stare for as long as they wanted. The verdict barely moved. The extra time changed almost nothing. It just made people more confident they were right. So your face makes your argument before your mouth opens. It's why a hiring manager often decides at the handshake, then spends the whole interview quietly justifying it. You cannot logic someone out of a first impression. You can only win the first tenth of a second. Think of someone you instantly disliked for no clear reason. That reason was milliseconds old, and your brain already wrote the story. On a dating app, the swipe lands before you read a word. And later, you invent logical reasons for a snap you already made. Fact 2. Want someone to like you? Ask them for a small favor. It sounds backwards. It should make them like you less. It does the opposite. They call it the Ben Franklin effect. Franklin had a rival in politics who couldn't stand him, so he asked the man to lend him a rare book. The rival agreed and soon became a lifelong friend. Here is why your brain does this. It hates doing kind things for people it claims to dislike. So it edits the story. I helped them. I must like them. The favor has to be small enough to say yes to. Ask a cold coworker for a tiny piece of advice. You didn't take anything from them. You handed them a reason to decide they like you. It even works in reverse. Do someone a kindness and you bond to them. Connection isn't bought with gifts. It's built through small exchanges. Fact 3. Your brain confuses fear with attraction. In 1974, 2 psychologists ran a study on a terrifying bridge, a narrow, swaying rope bridge over a deep canyon. A woman met men in the middle and offered her number. Then they ran it again on a low, sturdy bridge. On the scary bridge, far more men actually called her. Their hearts were already pounding from the height, but the brain hates a racing heart with no story, so it blamed the woman. It called the feeling attraction. This is why intense first dates work so well. Roller coasters, horror movies, a little shared adrenaline. Couples who do something thrilling together feel closer afterward. The fear doesn't care where it came from. Your heart just races, and your mind looks for who to credit. It's why people who survive a crisis together often fall hard. The danger fades, but the feeling it sparked gets to stay. Fact 4. A small mistake can make you more likable. Psychologists call it the pratfall effect. People who seem flawless feel distant and a little threatening. In the original study, an impressive man spilled coffee on himself. Afterward, people rated him as more likable, not less. The blunder made his talent feel human and safe to be near. But here is the catch hidden in the data. The mistake only helped people who already seemed competent. When an average person spilled the coffee, they were liked less. So clumsiness alone won't save you. It's why the polished expert who admits one flaw feels trustworthy. Be genuinely good at something first. Then let people see the small, human crack underneath. Owning a flaw reads as confidence, not weakness. It's why brands now admit faults on purpose to seem honest. Fact 5. You don't fall for the best person. You fall for the nearest. Psychologists call it the mere exposure effect. The more often you see something, the more you like it. It works on faces, songs, even meaningless symbols. No conversation required. Familiarity alone does the work. One classic study mapped friendships inside an apartment complex. The strongest predictor of who became close was brutal. It wasn't shared values. It wasn't chemistry. It was who lived nearest the stairs and the mailboxes. The people you passed daily quietly became your people. It's the same reason ads repeat until you trust the brand. So much of love is really just repetition. You grow into a person the way you grow into a song. First we like what is familiar, then we quietly call it fate. The person who is simply always there has an unfair advantage. Fact 6. You catch other people's emotions like a cold. It is called emotional contagion, and it fires in milliseconds. Your face automatically copies the faces around you, and copying the face starts to create the feeling. One anxious person can tighten an entire room. You feel your shoulders rise before anyone even speaks. One genuinely calm person can settle that same room, so your mood is partly an average of who surrounds you. You really are a blend of the people closest to you. An angry group chat, a bitter coworker. It all seeps in. Even doom scrolling is just catching 1,000 strangers panic. Choose your people like your happiness depends on it, because in a measurable, physical way, it does. Laughter spreads the very same way. It's the entire reason comedies still use a laugh track. Fact 7. Believing in someone can literally make them smarter. Researchers gave a class a fake test for hidden potential. Then they told the teachers which kids would soon bloom. Those students were chosen completely at random, yet by year's end, the random bloomers had truly pulled ahead. Their measured ability actually rose. The only thing that changed was what the teacher believed. They smiled more at those kids and waited longer for answers. They gave warmer, more patient feedback without realizing it. That belief became a quiet daily push upward. They call it the Pygmalion effect, and it cuts both ways. Expect someone to fail, and you quietly help them fail. The way you see people slowly teaches them who to become. Call a child the responsible one, and watch them grow into it. Call them the difficult one, and that label hardens too. Fact 8. A 1-second touch can change someone's decision. In one study, waiters lightly touched diners on the arm. Just a brief, casual touch while returning the check. Those tables tipped noticeably more, and never knew why. Psychologists nicknamed it the Midas touch. In another test, a librarian brushed students' hands for a second. Those students rated the entire library as friendlier. A light touch on the arm quietly raises trust and warmth. It's why doctors who touch patients are rated as more caring. This is the first date fact I promised you. A brief, respectful touch can shift the whole mood. It says something words can't. You are safe with me. The key word is respectful. Used wrong, it does the reverse. Salespeople and politicians use it right as you decide. A hand on the shoulder at the exact moment of the ask. Fact 9. Your eyes broadcast attraction you are trying to hide. When you look at something you love, your pupils expand. You can't fake it, and you can't stop it. A researcher first noticed it studying his own eyes in photos. And here's the strange part. We find big pupils attractive. Shown the same face twice, men preferred the wider pupils. They could not say why. It simply felt warmer. It's why poker players hide their eyes behind sunglasses. Centuries ago, women used eye drops to dilate their pupils on purpose. The plant was even named for it. Belladonna. Beautiful woman. So real interest leaks out through your eyes, and on some quiet level, the other person already feels it. In a negotiation, the eyes reveal the second someone wants in. The face stays calm, but the pupils quietly give it away. Fact 10. Your brain refuses to let go of unfinished things. A psychologist noticed something strange about waiters. They remembered unpaid orders in perfect detail. The moment the bill was paid, the memory vanished. An open task stays loud. A finished one goes silent. They call it the Zeigarnik effect. It is why every great show ends the episode mid-crisis. It is why your unfinished to-do list whispers at 2 a.m. And it is the reason you are still watching right now. I opened loops at the very start that your brain needed closed. That quiet pull to keep going, that was fact 10, working on you. Your brain would rather feel annoyed than leave a story open. You can use it. Start a task, and the itch to finish pulls you back. So here is what all 10 facts secretly share. None of them are about being louder, richer, or better looking. They are the invisible rules running every interaction you have. Most people stumble through those rules blind their whole lives. You don't anymore. That is the real cheat code. These aren't tricks. They're just how people actually work. Use them to connect with people, not to manipulate them. But knowing them changes nothing if you never use them. So pick one. Try it tomorrow. Watch what happens. Then tell me which one felt the most illegal to know. Comment the number below. I actually read them. And send this to the one person you instantly pictured. If you want the darker versions of these, that video is next.